I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce. Yeah, it's different out here. No, when he was out here.
Oh, I was going to say, wow, you really just got the craving all of a sudden.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday to you all. Hope you all had a nice Thursday. I will let you know in 14 outs if I had a nice one. I only had one bet tonight, and I'm currently sweating it. Mariners money line, they're up 4-2 in the top of the 8th. So hopefully during this stream, I will pick up a 1-0 night. We'll see. I only placed one bet last night and one bet tonight. So I got 4 as of right now. Why do I have Marlins money line up for everybody? I was testing out the
Yeah, get that bullshit out of here.
So yeah, I have 4 bets so far for Friday. 15 games on the board. Let's go ahead and get started. First one up, it's Fastball Freddy against Miami. And what I was looking at with this one, one second, my notes, I didn't have my spreadsheets up, is right here. And I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong, but when I see these numbers, what pops into my head is BS. Like, I'm just not buying these Marlins offensive numbers. They're the 4th best offensive lineman, offensive lineman. Wow. You guys can see what I was doing all day. Yeah, you see what I was doing all day. So the fourth best offensive lineup against right-handed pitching in the last 30 days. They're the 2nd best road lineup in the last 30 days. And I don't know why. I don't find them to be that good. I don't think they're going to hit Fastball Freddy. I think he's going to be just fine. If you look at Fastball Freddy's game logs here, he had that one bad game against the Dodgers. Keep in mind, A, the Dodgers are the best lineup in baseball at hitting the fastball. B, they had just seen him. So that was just a little bit of a weird circumstance there. You take that one out. Freddie Peralta has been rock solid for months. So even though these numbers look really green for the Marlins lineup, I think Fastball Freddy's going to be fine. On the other side, I really don't know what to think about Cal Quantrill pitching to the Brewers. Personally, this is where I would go with this one. I would try to take it under. I saw an 8.5 before. It's minus 125. Too expensive. If maybe if I can get an 8.5 at a flat minus 110, I'd be interested. But it would be under or pass for me. Or maybe a first 5 under. But go ahead, TV Jones. Talk to us about the Brewers.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Brewers minus 1.5. I saw minus 110. Not a huge fan. I'm looking for their team total. I forgot to look at that earlier. I believe it's probably going to be like a 4.5. 4.5 minus 125. Yeah, and then Marlins is juiced minus 145 for the under. Brewers bullpen has been really solid as of late. They've had a day to rest. Marlins, yes, they took the series against the Padres, and they've won 7 of their last 10 series. So they've been playing tough and gritty. But Friday night at home, Brewers are back. Peralta's on the bump. He's been solid at home. He goes deeper at home. He goes about 6 innings or so. He does like to nibble and kind of runs up that pitch count. But even if he goes 5 innings or so, I still think the Brewers bats can be able to get Quantrill in this bullpen. It'll be minus 1.5 or over 4.5 team total. I don't think they're going to have an issue scoring runs. I think they'll be solid here. And then not to mention, it's Friday. Look good, feel good, play good. Baby Blue Brew Crew City Connector is going to be on. They're going to heighten themselves to another level. And this offense, even without that jersey bullshit, the offense has been really, really good. Durbin's got almost a 1 OPS the last 30 days or something. He's been lights out. This lineup, top to bottom, is hitting and moving the line. Granted, they're not hitting 2-3 home runs a game, but they're getting hits. They're putting the ball in play. They're just grinding you out. And I think Quantrill is going to be in for a rough day, and this bullpen will be in for a rough day tomorrow.
Toast?
It would only be Milwaukee minus 1.5. I'm glad that you started your little prologue there about the Fugazi numbers for Miami, because I do think that's exactly what it is. They look really, really good. But if you look at it, it's like super feast or famine. They in their excuse me, their last 2 road series, they scored 11. Hold on. Sorry, they scored 11. I couldn't help it. They scored 11 and 6. Then they had, and then their series against Cincinnati, they scored 2-0. Then another 2 against Baltimore. They had a 12 against Cincinnati, a 5. Then their other road trip, they just went absolutely nuclear against teams that couldn't do anything as far as pitching is concerned. They saw Justin Verlander, Hayden Birdsong, Brandon Pfaadt, Eduardo Rodriguez, and Merrill Kelly, and they scored 8, 12, 9, 8, and 6 in those games. So I just don't think that you're going to get that with Milwaukee and Freddie Peralta, who's been really good and really good at home, coming off of a mediocre start for Freddie's standards as well. Not to mention the fact he didn't really pitch well against this Miami team last year at home. So I think he kind of takes care of those demons as well. So it would only be Brewers -1.5 for me.
All right, let's move on to the next one, which is Arizona, Pittsburgh. If you're wondering why you're getting the Diamondbacks so cheap, well, Josh Naylor no longer plays for the team. He's been traded to Seattle. That was earlier today. And rumorville is the Diamondbacks might not be done, right, Toast? They might be moving other pieces.
No. Yeah, they're gonna be sending a whole bunch of slews. The rumor says 5 to 6 pieces. That doesn't mean 5 to 6 guys in their necessarily their starting lineup, but you can definitely see multiple guys going. It just kind of depends on who it is. But yeah, it's gonna be definitely a fire sale. That sweep kind of just really kind of killed them.
Yeah. So I don't know really how to evaluate Arizona. And especially
if you really want the names, it'd be like Eugenio Suarez, Gurriel, James McCann, maybe a Zach Gallen, Eduardo Rodriguez, and Merrill Kelly. All those guys have no more options as far as the Snakes are concerned. So those are all definitely guys on the block.
Yeah, so it's a lot. Actually, people are voting the Pirates. People in the voice chat were saying blind fade Arizona till after the deadline, till we see what we have. I can't take the Pirates at this price. Ryan Nelson has been good as hell. He had one bad start. Other than that, he's been rock solid. And despite all what's going on with Arizona, they still have the better team. So I can't do it, but I wouldn't lay juice with Arizona here. I really have no interest in this game, to be honest. Either you guys?
I was really close to actually firing on Pittsburgh. I know it's not the number that I want, so I'm probably not going to do it. But I think that their plus money are very short dogs for a reason. Mike Burrows hasn't really been bad either. He had a bad road start in Minnesota and a bad home start against Texas, but he was decent against Miami, the Cubs, the Mets, Seattle, and the White Sox. So, and then you have this Arizona team, and I will agree with that. Ryan Nelson's been really, really good, but Pittsburgh did already see him as well. The Arizona already saw Burrows as well, but I don't really think there's a huge advantage for Arizona, especially given to take that bullpen situation as well. And the Pittsburgh bullpen has actually been fairly decent. I know that the numbers have kind of went down a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but over the last month and kind of the full season, they've been a middle of the pack bullpen. It's not like an absolute fade for this Pirates bullpen. So I just don't know what you can actually expect from the Arizona side. So it would only be Pittsburgh for me. Not to mention they've got to 3 of the last 4 righty starters they've seen with Mize, Flaherty, and Adrian Hauser, all guys that have pitched pretty damn decent this year.
Trev?
Yeah, it would be Pirates money line too. They looked good against Detroit, got some runs in. Even got some run support for Skeens, which was a shocker. It was his first win in like 2 months or something. So, and then the offense just kept clicking. So they haven't traveled. They're staying home. You're gonna get Ryan Nelson. Yes, he's been solid, but that bullpen's got to come in eventually. And Pittsburgh at home on Fridays, I feel like they just play better too. So, I mean, like, you're going to get the bullpen. It's facts. You're going to get the bullpen, and then who knows who else is going to get traded tomorrow potentially. I just think Arizona's kind of just in a spiral right now. And then, like the voice chat said, just once the trade rumors and trade deadline's done, just then you can reevaluate it. But as of right now, it would be Pirates or nothing for me.
Yeah, I have Pirates circle at plus 105. I think that's the best you're probably going to get.
I can see a plus 115.
I'm putting Arizona up because I think they are the significantly better team. But I want to be clear. There's no chance. This is a straight pass for me. Let's do the voice chat real quick so we don't fall behind on that. A lot of people were in the voice chat tonight. So in the first game that we did already, Marlins, Brewers, Jacob's on Brewers first 5 in full game money line. Oh, it's a double result. Money Mark's on the Brewers -1.5. Charles is on the Marlins. He just loves those Marlins. Boba's on the Brewers
because I talked
-1.5.
shit about his Orioles today.
So this was a bet out of spite. That sounds like Charles.
That's a definite Charles bet right there.
Boba's on Brewers -1.5. Peralta over strikeouts. Spoon leans towards the Brewers -1.5. There's me on the under. TJ's on Brewers -1.5 as well. In the game we just talked about, Diamondbacks Pirates. Jacob's on the Pirates. TJ's on the Pirates. Boba's on Burrow over hits allowed. Spoon's on first 3 under or Pirates. Charles is on the under. So yeah, I guess I'm the only one that likes Arizona. But I mean, I'm not betting it. So let's move on to a.
Can I say one other thing really quickly? Just going forward, Arizona doesn't have a whole bunch of lefties really like they used to. I mean, they have some switch hitters and stuff like that, but it's not as crazy. So just to take that into consideration.
I gotta say, I disagree with the voice chat in this one. This next one, by the way, in case for those listening. By the way, when I mentioned that we have the podcast version, like 70 people went and started listening daily. So for those of you that listen to the podcast, I didn't even realize people were going to listen. We have like a decent amount of podcast listeners. So for those listening, cool. I have to remember to enunciate what we're doing for people who can't see the screen. It's Phillies Yankees up next in Yankee Stadium. And I have to say, I disagree with the voice chat. I disagreed with almost everyone in there.
What about me?
I disagree with you. I almost feel the exact opposite of you. So go ahead, and say your bet, and then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Right. How'd that work out with the Athletics today? I guess I'm just confused on why you hate it so bad. I mean, I'm not in love with this Phillies.
When you're done,
I'm not in love with this Phillies offense. But at the same time, I mean, you have fantastic weather in the Bronx tomorrow with the wind blowing out, and you have the Phillies with all their major guys, with guys like Harper and stuff starting to really come into their own, batting from the left-hand side. So not to mention Kepler has power from the left-hand side as well. I like the Phillies team total over 4.5. So I'm very curious to hear what you have to say about why you hate it so much.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you asked. So I lean towards the Yankees. Now, I'm fully admitting that I can't bet it at -160, but that's about where I would have it. So if I could get the Yankees at -140 tomorrow, I might even bet it. I strongly believe the Yankees have a really good chance of winning this game, and I actually think Will Warren could pitch well. This is where I'm disagreeing with everybody. Wait till you see the voice chat. Everyone's on the Phillies to score runs. I think Will Warren could pitch well here. If you pull up his stuff. Okay. It's shaky. I mean, oh, man, you can't really see the screen. 1 second. So there's a lot of red here. Last 6 starts. Let's bump it up to whoops. I did June 37th. Do June 27th. Last 4 starts. 723. It's bad. It's bad here. You scroll down to his game logs, though. A little bit of a pattern here. He's actually pitched well at home in Yankee Stadium. Against the Cubs, that's one of the best lineups of baseball against righties. He pitched into the 6th inning, just 2 earned runs. Not a great start, but not bad. Before that, Seattle pitched into the 6th inning, shutout, just 6 base runners. Before that, Baltimore, the Athletics, was before that, 5 shutout innings. Before that, Baltimore pitched into the 7th inning, just 2 earned runs. So he's actually been formed. And before that, the Angels, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 base runners, solid start. We'll talk about 5 quality starts at home in a row for Will Warren. So he has pitched better at home in Yankee Stadium. 5 quality starts in a row. Now, this is concerning. The splits against lefties. The Phillies obviously have some dangerous lefties, right? Bryce Harper, Schwarber, you don't need me to name them. They have some dangerous lefties in the lineup. This is concerning. But what do we know about the Phillies bats? Take them out of the bank, and they don't score. They're a terrible road lineup. They're a bottom 10 road lineup on the entire season. Bottom 10 in the last 30 days, bottom 5 in the last 14 days. So I think Will Warren's going to pitch well. On the other side, you got Taijuan Walker making a road start in Yankee Stadium. The Yankees coming off a day off where they just lost a series in Toronto. Really good spot for the Yankees to get back on track offensively. I think the Yanks win comfortably. I think Walker gets smashed, and I think Will Warren actually pitches well. I can't bet it at -160, but I like the Yanks. TV Jones?
Yeah, I kind of like Philly here. Taijuan isn't going deep in games, and yes, Taijuan Walker's not a guy that is fun to back based on his previous history, but he's been solid on the road this year. I know he's not going deep into games, but as of late, he went to the Giants, 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned. At Atlanta, he went 2 innings. He's not going deep, but prior to like back in May, he was getting hit up a little bit, but he's kind of figured it out a little bit. Again, he's not going deep into games whatsoever, so you're gonna have to rely on this bullpen a little bit. But the Yankees' defense is horrendous. Their offense, they can hit, but that bullpen and these pitchers give up hits too. It's gonna be great hitting weather in New York tomorrow too. We got out of that. Kyle.
Big strikeout.
Huge.
Oh, boys,
we're all sweating the Mariners together right now. By the way.
Yep, I threw another half unit on it too when it went up to like plus 140. I was like, I'm dabbling a little bit.
We got smoked in the market on that one.
I got smoked on every single play. Thank God I might go 2-1 and be okay.
Yeah.
But these Yankee bats can hit Taiwan, so I kind of like the over 2 here. But Jazz Chisholm 7 of 15, 3 doubles. Aaron Judge 3 of 14. 4 of 13. All of those are home runs. You got Paul Goldschmidt 5 of 13, 3 doubles and a home run. Trent Grisham 3 of 7. They can hit them, but I just don't think laying minus 160 with Will Warren is the spot. I think the Phillies bats will do just enough. They'll score some runs, and the Yankees are bound to commit a couple errors themselves, and then that bullpen itself will probably implode and just give up runs, what they've been doing. So it would be Phillies or nothing for me in this game, and I like the over.
One other thing I wanted to add as well that gave me a little bit more, because I can't argue with the Phillies on the road. Kyle's obviously 100% correct about that, but the fact that the Yankees can't play defense and it's amazing weather just kind of pushed me over the edge just for my reasoning.
Yeah, I want to be clear. I need like minus 140 to bet it, so I'm not going to play it at this big number. And something comment I want to bring up, and not in a disrespectful way, but I think it's important. He said Kyle needs to become a bookmaker already. He's always talking about how he would have the game priced. That's what handicapping is. That's what handicapping is. I know social media and everyone's like, oh, it's about making picks. Handicapping is setting a price and then placing a positive wager based on your fair price. So that's definitionally what handicapping is, setting a price. All right, let's go to the next game. Rockies, Orioles. I flirted with the idea of an under here. Do either of you guys want to talk about this one?
Unfortunately, no. I'm sorry.
Real quick, I don't want to fall behind in the voice chat, so let me do the voice chat for the last one, so we don't fall behind. Diamondbacks, Pirates, Phillies, Yankees. See, I told you, everyone likes Will Warren to get rocked here. Gab is on the Phillies team total over. Jacobs on the over and Schwarber over walks. Boba's on both teams to score 4 runs. Schwarber over rock. Wow, multiple people on Schwarber over walks. Spoon's on the over. Dabby Cap was in the voice chat tonight. Brandon Marsh overs, of course. Charles is on the Phillies. Mark is on Phillies money line and over. See, every single person in the voice chat likes the Phillies to score runs. I'm the only person that thinks Will Warren can pitch well. All right.
I wouldn't be shocked by an under, to be honest, but
I know.
I don't think Philly's going to lose this game personally.
Now I have a feeling it's going to be like 9-2 Yankees, and the over is going to hit.
Exactly. That's the kind of score I'm expecting. My score prediction was 8-1.
The over isn't a bad liquid given both bullpens too, and Taiwan doesn't go deep.
I know. I kind of thought about that
defensively and shit. But I haven't bet anything, but it's going to be an over. Phillies one of the two.
I bet it.
Rockies, Orioles in Camden. So I flirted with the idea of an under here. Dean Kramer, by the way, you wouldn't even believe how good this dude's. Respect to the cream machine. This guy has defied all the haters. He has silenced all the haters. Is probably how I should say it. Look at this guy's game logs, man. This dude's
in division too. It's very impressive. Very impressive.
So you have this one start, got hit up by the Braves in Atlanta on July 5th. Other than that, it's just excellent start after excellent start. Dude's been like one of the best pitchers in the AL over the last 2 months, legitimately. Like on the road in Tampa, home against Tampa, in Yankee Stadium throws a gem, on the road in Tampa throws a gem, against the Tigers pitches 7 innings. The cream machine, man. So you got Kramer at home, where, by the way, even before Kramer became a good starting pitcher, which happened out of nowhere, but even before that, Kramer is a guy that we were more inclined to trust at home. So against the Rockies lineup, who obviously doesn't hit on the road, you don't even need me to show you that graphic. You already know what it says. It's not good. He should be fine there. And on the other side, I was looking at Kyle Freeland stuff. He's putting together some quality starts himself. Look at these game logs. It's not that bad. Obviously, there's a couple blow-ups in here. The Brewers took him to Pound Town. But he's pitched pretty well in here. So just 9 felt a little high. I think Creamer I think Creamer could throw a gem. I think Kyle Freeland could give me 5 2/3, 6 innings, a 2 or 3 run baseball. The Orioles against lefties, not something I particularly trust. The reason I didn't place this under, it's beautiful weather for scoring runs at Camden, like gorgeous weather. So I couldn't get I mean, Kyle Freeland in beautiful run scoring weather just scares the shit out of me, but it would only be under here.
Yeah, I don't see Baltimore losing. You don't have to type this. You can just put Baltimore -1.5 up for me, I guess. But I think that if you really wanted to play this, it would be Baltimore and like Milwaukee moneyline parlay. I don't really see either team losing. I know that Baltimore versus lefties was at first kind of a spot that we didn't like, and I know that their numbers haven't looked great. But if you look at their game logs, they have been scoring some runs off of lefties. Obviously, David Peterson pitched really well against them, but 3 off of Corbin, 5 off of Corbin, 3 off of Fried, 3 off of Kikuchi, 6 off of Tyler Anderson, Scooble and Lopez blanked him, but another 4 off of JP Sears. So they have been scoring runs as well. I don't really love the spot for them playing today and traveling home and then laying -200 in a parlay, but I do think that both those teams win. So if you're trying to gamble, that'd probably be worth it.
TV Jones, thoughts?
It would be Baltimore -1.5 too. I mean, or Rockies team total under, one of the two, but an under scares me given the weather, and you got Colorado here. Baltimore -1.5 for nothing. And it's going to be nothing for me in this one.
I think it's going to be like 2-1 or 9-6.
Charles is on Rockies' first 5 team total under, a pure bet on the cream machine. Spoon is on the Rockies money line. I didn't hear that. Jacobs leans Rockies +1.5, first 5 under. OT's on Creamer over strikeouts. Adams on Adley Rutschman over walks. This dude always with the walk props. Mark's on the under as well, so Money Mark agrees with me. Gab is on the over, so Gab disagrees.
I will say, to Spoon's credit, the Rockies have got to a whole bunch of righty starters that was all at home, but they've been putting up some pretty solid numbers. They didn't get to Joe Ryan, and they didn't get to that McCreevy kid, but Palante, Fetty, Zebby Matthews, Chris Paddock, all 5+ runs against them, so...
I bet this next one, it's not a bet I'm necessarily crazy about.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a bet. I saw this, didn't understand it. Not that I'm saying you're wrong. I just didn't. That's not a bet that I saw. It was like, oh, that's a sauce bet.
I got the Reds at +100. I think they closed like -115. So I think I'll be sitting at a nice ticket when the game starts. I don't love, obviously, that the Rays have the starting pitching advantage, but other than the starting pitching advantage, I don't know what other advantage the Rays have. I don't really think the Rays are a team that should be road favorites against anyone decent. Not that I consider the Reds to be a great team, but I consider them to be an average baseball team in Major League Baseball, and I consider the Rays to be an average team as well. So to get them at +100 at home, who are the Rays to be laying juice on the road right now? Honestly, this is not the White Sox. This is not the Rockies, or you know what I mean? Like, this is the Reds. This is a decent baseball team, and the Rays shouldn't be favored on the road, even with Littell against Nick Martinez. So, like I said, I think it closes well. I got the Reds at +100. It's probably my least favorite bet of the ones I have placed.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. I guess gun to my head, it would be under 9.5. Won't play it just because it is in Cincinnati, and it's really, really good weather tomorrow. It should be close to 80 degrees with a little bit of wind blowing out, nothing crazy, but Littell's been consistently good for Tampa Bay. I mean, a couple starts where he went 6 innings, gave up 3 or 4 runs. But besides that, he's been really, really good. And Cincinnati's really feast or famine. I mean, they got 5 off of Ehrman and Clay Holmes. They got to Quantrill, but I mean, a whole bunch of guys like Perez, Belozo, Marquez, Baylock, Soroka, all these guys pitched well against them. And they're coming home from a road trip. The Rays, I mean, Kyle's been the one that's circling this a lot. This Rays team, all their numbers versus right-handed pitching look really, really good. It's all green, top 10, top 8, even better. But then you look at them on the road, and it's just a completely drastic change. So it would be under a pass for me. I'm not betting it.
TV Jones?
Yeah, it would be Reds money line or nothing. The Rays basically going to another AAA ballpark in small park here in Cincinnati. So, I mean, you have that. But I think Martinez will be fine. I mean, the last time he pitched at home on a Friday night, he was lights out. And now you get Littell going, and then this bullpen for Tampa has not been sharp lately. Giving up a ton of runs to the White Sox and whatnot. Now they're going to travel to Small Park, where it's the same place. I think they could be in some trouble. Again, this all comes down to, is Cincinnati going to score runs, or are they going to score 1 and lose 6-1? There's really no in between, but it would still be Cincinnati money line or nothing for me here. Probably not going to touch this game, though.
Yeah, I did touch it. I'm all up in it. Next. Dodgers, Red Sox. Oh, voice chat. I don't want to fall behind. So voice chat for Rays, Reds. Wow. It's very red. Jacob's on the Reds, lean under. OT's on the Reds. Charles is on the Reds. I am on the Reds, as you've heard. Gabriella is on the Reds with us. And Kevin McIver, the lone soldier on the Rays. McIver's on an island.
Kevin, is there more room in your boat? I'll paddle.
I'll paddle.
Dodgers.
A boat without a paddle tomorrow.
Dodgers, Baston.
Be a fun one.
A very tough one to try to price out, if you ask me. I don't know. Okay, obviously, how do you lay minus 120 with the Dodgers right now? Bayo's been great, right? How do you do that? But at the same time, the Red Sox bats are trending in a downward direction pretty quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if Sheehan pitches well. I guess it's kind of similar to what I was saying about the Orioles-Rockies game, in a sense where I like the under. I don't think this should be 10. But the weather, it's number one on the board. It's wind blowing out. It's plus 28. Let me bring it up on the screen so you can see how crazy this is. 1 second. It's number one on the board by far. It's like not even close. So Fenway, you can see here all the way up top, plus 28% runs here. It's number one on the board, plus 13% home runs, plus 35% doubles. So, in fact, I don't even want the under on the screen. I think both starting pitchers could pitch well. So if you put a gun to my head and ask what I would bet here, take under the big number when I think they could pitch well. But the weather is too crazy for me to even consider an under. So this will be just a pass for me. Toast.
Dodgers team total over 4.5. I put it in the sheet. Dodgers team total over 4.5. Okay, cool. Minus 120. I do think this Dodgers offense is starting to hit their upswing a little bit. If you can take a look at their game log, but on the road, or let's just go their last 10 games. I mean, they've hit this in 6 of their last 10 games. I mean, and they've faced some pretty decent pitching in those last 10 games. I think Mizorowski might have been 10 or 11, but then Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, Landon Rupp has been pitching well. Quinn Priester has been pitching well. Freddie Peralta, SWR had been pitching well. So my point is that their offense has been on an uptick over the last couple of weeks. I will give them that. They had been absolutely terrible. And yes, Bayo's been really, really good, but he also does struggle versus lefties, and the Dodgers can throw out a whole bunch of lefties. Otani, Freeman, Conforto, Tommy Edman, Ha-Seong Kim. So, and guys off the bench that can back from the left-hand side. Not that that's going to matter off the bench most likely, but still. And then Kyle mentioned it, really great weather. So, and I really, again, I know that this Boston bullpen has very good numbers. I still do not trust them to save my life. So you're getting the Dodgers in Fenway with a cheap price with fantastic weather. I think the Dodgers can score runs. I want nothing to do with the pitching staff, though. That bullpen is a travesty.
Okay, wait. Is this game? He's too fast. Damn it.
Yeah. He's too fast.
Nito beat it out. What do you think, TV Jones?
Yeah, it would be over or nothing for me. Like Toe said, the Dodgers, their offense is starting to find it a little bit. They're starting to click a little bit. You got wind blowing out to the short, to the whatever, pesky pole.
Pesky pole, baby.
The pesky pole blowing over there. Boston, their offense looked terrible, and then they lit up against the Phillies the other day. Now you're going to get Sheehan, who got lit up by the Brewers, and then that bullpen was going to come in after him, which has done nobody any favors. As of late. So it would be over or nothing for me in this game. Do I bet it? Probably not, but I think both offenses will be just fine in Fenway tomorrow. Big Friday night game too, so I don't hate Boston money line, but I want to see where this gets to, because I see plus 110, but if this gets up to like 120, 125, I might be interested to dabble.
Voice chat for this one. Jacob's on the Red Sox. TJ's on the Red Sox. Gab is on the Red Sox and Red Sox team total over. OT is on the Red Sox. Benji's on Phillies, Yankees. Dude, what? Spoon's on the over. Adam's on Boston team total over. Sheehan over 2.5 earned runs. Boba's on over Sheehan over. It's our Anthony. Oh, Roman Anthony. And Sheehan over 2.5 hits allowed. All right. Next game up. Toronto on the road in Detroit.
I already bet this.
Go ahead.
Munoz 4-pitch walk to Trout, bases loaded, 2 outs. Sweet baby Jesus. I bet Toronto money line to win 2 units. Got cute today. Went with Detroit, thinking this was a letdown spot, and that Toronto coming off of the whole Yankees series and coming in Detroit, a little get up spot versus the number 1 team in the AL. Maybe they kind of get their heads out of their ass and try to what just happened? Oh, that was a replay. Get their heads out of their asses and show up, and it looked good for about 5 1/3 tonight, and then Hinch just. That guy's a bozo, just letting Olsen.
Dude, you can't. What was
no,
he
I will. I'm speaking. Let me speak my piece. Hinch is a bozo. Let 5 runs, give up, a couple extra base hits, hit by pitch, 30-plus pitch inning, and then he decides to pull him when the game is basically out of hand because Detroit can't score. So, tough spot, but I'm betting Toronto tomorrow. I do not care. The look good, feel good, play good system does not apply to teams that don't have an offense and can do anything. Toronto, hottest team in baseball, behind the Brewers, and now they're going to get Detroit again, who can't do shit. And that bullpen got used a little bit today too. So, bang, Mariners.
We won.
Yep.
Yeah.
Flyouts to Randy. I bet this is my biggest bet of the season. I bet Toronto to win 2 units. So,
your biggest bet of the season.
Yeah, just a little 2-unit win 2-unit, but yeah, I already bet Toronto. I might even throw in a little more tomorrow.
I haven't lost a bet since Tuesday. I don't remember. I'm just that's tongue in cheek. I only placed 2.
8-1 in my last 2 days. No big deal.
Yeah, not really a big deal. So your biggest bet of this? I mean, how do you disagree with? I didn't bet it, but it would only be Toronto. One thing I will say, if you're looking for something, if you're trying to be contrarian and fade the world, if you're looking for something, Kiter Montero can get righties out. He really struggles against lefties. The Blue Jays are a righty-heavy lineup. So if you're looking for some reason to get to Detroit, but as I said, without Kerry Carpenter, I don't really know how you trust the Tigers to score right now. Maybe when Kerry Carpenter comes back, which should be very soon, the Tigers lineup gets back on track, but until Kerry Carpenter's back in the lineup, you have to price the Tigers out as a bottom 5 lineup in the league because that's how they look. It would only be Blue Jays at this number. I'm not betting it though. Host.
Yeah, it would be. Excuse me. I didn't put this in the sheet, but I think that Detroit might score some runs and just surprise everybody. But their team total's at 3.5. I'd look that way. I know they can't score, but I don't know. I just feel like everybody's going to be on the Blue Jays. I'm not going to bet this game, but I've been saying it for a week now that you just can't lay juice with Detroit. So I don't know. This game has me completely tied. It would only be Detroit to score some runs off of Barrios, but I don't have the balls to do it.
Did every dog win today?
No, Padres lost.
Okay. So dogs won 4-1 today, and they cleaned up yesterday too.
As you would expect in the voice chat, Blue Jays, Jacob, Trevor, you already heard. Money marks on the Blue Jays. Toronto raced to 4 runs.
Also, I was just trying to tell you, Trevor, is that it's not a video game. So when he gives up a double, it's not like the guy's ready in 2 minutes. I mean, the double, the intentional walk, the Clement homer, and then the Lupo homer all happened in like a 4-minute span. So I'm just saying, give AJ a little bit of credit.
No, I will not. That team's a joke. And it's not like a video game. You gotta go through a couple batters first before they're fully warmed up so you can bring them in.
All right. So next up is San Diego, St. Louis, and I bet this one. I like my bet. I got the under 8.5 at -115. I think this closes at a flat 8 across the board. So I think I'll be sitting on a nice ticket tomorrow when we get closer to the start of the game. So if you remember yesterday, let me put it on the screen first. If you remember yesterday, when we talked about this game, I said Padres or pass, and I said I thought the under was going to be one of the more popular bets on the board. I say yesterday, the game that just happened. Final score was 9-7 in that game. So you got a 9-7 baseball game. The very next day, you got Michaelis on the mound. So I think the under goes from one of the most popular bets on the board to a bet no one wants to take. Not that that should influence your decision. But I think maybe the market has kind of forgotten that we were expecting this series to be low scoring because of what happened in the opener. Miles Michaelis, you're not going to hear me tell you I think Miles Michaelis is going to throw a gem or anything like that. But if you look at his game logs, I mean, his last 2 home starts were fine. Pitched into the 6th inning, shutout, just 3 base runners against the Nats. Before that, Reds, quality start. 5 innings, 2 earned runs, just 5 base runners. So back-to-back quality starts at home. He has been better at home in St. Louis. And the Padres, I mean, I'm sorry to say this, Toast. This team doesn't hit. In the last 30 days, they're the worst.
For weeks.
You have been saying that. In the last 30 days, they're the worst lineup in baseball against right-handed pitching. Literally 30th. So I think Michaelis can be okay. I'm not expecting him to throw a gem. I think Michaelis could give us a quality start like he has his last 2 times out in this ballpark. And in terms of the weather, not very conducive for scoring runs. It's a -1% run index, bottom 5 on the board in terms of the ballpark. On the other side, Pavetta's been lights out. The Cardinals lineup hasn't impressed me. So, yeah, I got an 8.5. I think it closes at a flat 8 across the board. I like this one. TV Jones, you with me?
No. No. I mean, sure, you can have your under. I like the Padres. We get Pivetta here versus Michaelis. I know tonight it went nuclear, so I think both offenses, they haven't been hot. I think they'll slug down a little bit, but you're going to give me Pivetta versus Michaelis at an affordable price. I know Padres haven't looked good whatsoever, but it's not like the Cardinals have been world beaters. Didn't they lose that series to Colorado too? I mean, like they have not been great. So you're going to give me the better pitcher at an affordable price here. I know the Dogs have been going nuts basically this week, it seems like, but I'm going to go with Pivetta here and fade my look good, feel good, play good system with St. Louis at home. So give me Pivetta and company here. Their bullpen's going to come in. They're going to be a lot better than what St. Louis has too. So I like Pivetta here.
I would probably lean Padres in terms of a side, so I wouldn't be against you or anything. Toast.
Yeah, it would only be Padres for me as well. I really can't add anything to what you guys said. I agree with you. This Padres offense is abysmal, starting to pick up a little bit. But again, it's nothing that you can trust. And I probably shouldn't have laid juice with them yesterday or 2 days ago with Miami. I thought being plus money. I mean, you score 7 runs at plus 130. I mean, it is what it is, but this one's really hard. They do have all the, I think that if you are liking Sauce's under, I think that you could bet the Padres as well and be safe, because I think that if this game is low scoring, you have a pitching advantage in the first and the second half of this game for the Padres, because they didn't use the A squad tonight. So it would only be the Padres for me. I probably don't bet it though.
As far as the voice chat goes, Jacob's on the Padres, Pivetta over outs. Mark leans under. Spoon is on the Padres as well. Next game. And the next game on the board is Cubs, White Sox. I want to be clear with this one. Maybe doing a little bit of gambling here. This is more of a fun one. I've had a lot of fun betting these series, watching these series. I mean, Cubs, White Sox is a very fun rivalry in baseball. We usually see some great baseball games. It doesn't matter how much better the Cubs are than the White Sox. So I bet the White Sox at plus 156. It's a rivalry, Chicago rivalry. This team's been hitting the ball. Hauser's been great. Look, it's like I said, probably just doing a bit of gambling here. I have a feeling it might close well. But yeah, I want to watch this game because this series is fun. The White Sox have been playing well. Plus 156 at home seems to be a little much for a team that has been scoring runs. So, not to mention, have you seen the White Sox against lefties recently? Look,
I have.
It's Imanaga, so it's not. This isn't just any lefty. Obviously, he's very good. But just to give you an idea, I mean, this White Sox lineup, they are hitting left-handed pitching. In fact, in the last 30 days, talk about a month, they're the third best lineup in baseball against lefties. Third in WRC plus. Look at their game logs against lefties. They smoked Heaney. They smoked Falter. They didn't get to Logan Allen, but I mean, dude, they are getting to lefty starters. They're hitting lefties. How do you not lean towards the White Sox at the big number? Again, probably just doing a little bit of gambling here, but I did bet this. I'm on the White Sox. Should be a fun one to watch.
I bet this as well. System play: White Sox versus a lefty, over 8 -120. Sauce just went through it. The White Sox, I clearly think they can score some runs. Imanaga coming off of 2 really good starts against marquee franchises in the Yankees in Boston. Now he's got to hit the road. His road start in Yankee Stadium was good too. But my point is that he's hitting the road versus a White Sox team that's been feasting off of left-handed pitching for a while now. So I think they're more than capable of scoring some runs. And then as far as Adrian Hauser is concerned, yes, he has been kind of very profitable for us in certain spots this year. But if you also at the same time, Toronto looks really good. But besides that, his starts against Pittsburgh, Colorado, San Francisco, Toronto again, Texas, Kansas City, Baltimore, the Mets, Seattle. I mean, almost every single team on that list can't hit. I know that the Cubs on the road aren't as deadly as they are in Wrigley, but they're still a top 10 offense on the road, or still a top 10 offense versus right-handed pitching, and still a top 5 offense, give or take, on the road on the full season. So I think both of these teams are more than capable of scoring runs, and I'm really not a fan of that White Sox bullpen either. I know that they've been pitching better the last week or so, but regardless, I think it's going to close 8.5.
Yeah, well, it's already 8.5 across the board. 8s are gone. So you got the 8. Good bet. TV Jones?
Yeah, White Sox money line. I mean, and I'm getting a better number. I see plus 175 here.
Shout out Guadalajara.
Yes, sir. Shout out Guadalajara. White Sox, yeah. They have the 3rd highest ISO versus lefties the last 4 weeks. They have a 118 WRC plus, which is good for 6th in the majors. A 339 WOBA. They're not hitting the ball hard, 29%, but they do have a high 40% fly ball rate. They're hitting home runs. They're getting walks. They're not grounding the ball as much. Imanaga hasn't been sharp. I mean, you look at Imanaga versus righties, who they're going to be loaded down with tomorrow. He's been all right, but his strikeout percentage 18%.
Wait, what do you mean he hasn't been sharp? He's been good.
No, versus righties.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's been bad. I mean, he's got a 256 FIP, but he's got a 350 FIP. I mean, his chase swing is 29%, but he's not striking guys out. They're making contact. His first pitch strike is only 55% too, so he's getting behind in counts too. The White Sox have been hitting the ball. They had one game where they weren't hitting, basically post All-Star break. So it's going to be White Sox for me. I think they get this done, not to mention it's an inner city rivalry here on a Friday night at home. I think they have a little extra juice and get this done. So it would be White Sox money line for me. Haven't fired yet. I might at 175, but I'm also kind of greedy and see if this will go up any further to where I can get a better number on the old White Sox.
Are they wearing the Bulls jerseys or no?
City Connect. Yep. Look good, feel good, play good.
I thought you said you didn't like those.
What, me?
I thought you said you didn't like the Bulls ones.
No, I think they look good.
Oh, I thought you said didn't.
No, the ones I don't like are the Giants. Those look stupid as hell.
Really?
I think they look dumb.
I don't know what they look like, which is I consider
There's like purple in them and stuff.
Jacob's on the White Sox team total over 3. Money marks on the White Sox plus 1.5. OT's on the over. McIver's on the Cubs team total over. Adams on the White Sox. I'm on the White Sox. Gabriella is on the White Sox team total over. Next up. Braves, Rangers. One of you guys want to take this one? I don't see the Braves winning this game. Eovaldi's always a beast at home in Arlington. But I mean, minus 175. I'm really good on this game. So one of you guys wants to take it?
I'm good on this one as well. Obviously, Eovaldi hasn't pitched in, 10 or 11 days, so take that for what it's worth. But I really wouldn't put too much stock into this. This Braves team can't hit. They can't hit right-handed pitching. I talked about it when I bet the Giants the other day with Justin Verlander on the mound and why I wasn't worried about them getting to righty starters, because their numbers, even though that their numbers aren't like necessarily terrible versus right-handed pitching, I mean, especially over the last 14 days or what have you. But if you really look at them, and especially the starters that they've seen, they got to a couple guys and then they just get blanked by everybody else. I mean, they scored 5 earned runs off of Hayden Burnsong, 4 of those 4 walks and a hit. I mean, they were pretty much served on a platter than them. Same thing with Will Warren. 5 hits, 3 walks, and 3 2/3 innings. Just kind of served on a platter to them. Sonny Gray pitched well against them. Rupp, Verlander, JT Ginn. I mean, so I just don't trust this Braves team at all. And this Rangers bullpen has been pitching really well. I think that the Rangers win as well. I think that, again, if you want to be square and pair them with a Milwaukee or something like that, that's probably how I would play it. I'm probably not going to.
I actually think Trevor bet the under here, if I remember correctly.
Haven't fired on it yet, but it's sitting my slip. I'm probably going to fire on it. Yes, Joey Wentz is not great. His numbers are not great, and Texas is going to be loaded down with righties. In his last 60 plate appearances versus righties, he's got a 5.10 xFIP, a 6.32 FIP, 5.10 xFIP, an 8.03 ERA, but the expected ERA is 3.92. So, I mean, he's due some regression. He's not striking guys out. He's not getting whiff. He's falling behind in counts. He's giving up hard hit balls, but this is Texas at the end of the day. Texas offense is abysmal. They can't do anything. And Eovaldi, I know he had that back issue, but I think he'll be fine against this Atlanta offense who really struggles. Not to mention Texas at home, ridiculous under record. It's like 34-13, 34-12, 35, something like that. Yes, it started 1-14. So I mean, if you subtract that, what's 12 and like 20, 12 and 21 since then to the under, or 20 and 12, something. You get what I'm saying? It's still been an under park. So I think Eovaldi will be fine. I don't think Texas is going to really light up Wentz, not to mention it's going to be majority bullpen. So just going to be seeing new arms the whole night. So it would be under 8-0. I feel like Texas wins this game like 4-1, 4-2, something like that.
So to see what he's talking about here, it's not that the Rangers bats have been so bad. They've been one of the worst lineups against lefties all year, and they haven't really hit. They started to hit righties a little bit, not lefties, and they haven't hit in this ballpark all season, not just early in the year. I mean, recently either. So on the road against righties, the Rangers numbers actually look pretty good. They don't look good at home. They don't look good against lefties. So yeah, it splits wise, it's pretty terrible for the Rangers, but I find it hard to believe that the Braves score run. I don't hate that under, honestly. Let's move on. Oh, voice chat real quick. Voice chat. Here we go. So voice chat for Braves Rangers. Jacob's on the under. Charles is on the Braves first 5 team total under. Spoon's on the Rangers team total over. Trevor's on the under. Oh, we just heard that. And Adam's on live bet Braves if Eovaldi looks off. So let's move on to the next one. Cleveland, Kansas City. Cleveland takes a loss today.
Orioles.
Hey,
fun fact I heard on the broadcast: the Guardians have only swept Baltimore in a 4-game series twice since like 1983 or some shit.
I mean, how often do the Guardians play Baltimore in a 4-game series?
I don't know.
It might be like 4 series.
I just heard the stat. That's all. I'm just bringing stats. Who knows how many they play, but interesting stat.
So Cleveland's on the road in Kansas City. Obviously, I want to bet Cleveland. I've been saying they're undervalued for weeks. Plus 100. Well, I mean, pitching. I think the starting pitching matchup's a wash. Gavin Williams has looked all right. So it's not that I'm scared to fade Waka or anything. I'll put Cleveland up. You know what? I'll put under up because that's probably what I would do if I was to bet it. I like Cleveland. I like the under. The reason I'm not is I've said, obviously, over and over again, I think Cleveland's undervalued in the market right now. I think Kansas City might be a little undervalued as well. I consider them to be a team that's slightly better than their record indicates. And I don't love how Cleveland played the game and is flying in, and the Royals had the day off. So I don't know. Under or pass, I guess. Cleveland or pass. Toast?
Yeah, I've already bet Cleveland at plus 105. I'm going to continue to fade Michael Wacha as much as possible. This team just really doesn't play well when Wacha's on the mound. I know he's coming off of his last couple starts have been decent. And he had a road start against Texas, but just really not a guy that I think is pitching really well right now, not especially to be a favorite. And I still think that Cleveland's undervalued, and I don't want to argue with you about the Royals being undervalued, but I don't know. I think they're a team that generally, and I know I'm not talking about you specifically, but generally they're kind of loved in the market by some people. It just doesn't matter how bad this team is. they always seem to think that the Royals are going to turn it around some way, somehow. And they just don't do it. I mean, they're a 500 baseball game going back like a month and a half now, baseball team, excuse me. So, and this Cleveland offense is continuing to score runs at a pretty decent, at least 4 runs a game, essentially on average over their last 12 games or so, going back to that Houston series. And on top of all of that, you guys know I'm a Gavin Williams apologist, and really he's had over his last 7 starts, he gave up 3 to the White Sox where he had some walk issues. But besides that, I mean, he pitched well against Detroit, San Francisco, and Seattle. He gave up runs to the Cubs in Wrigley and Toronto, 2 of the best offenses versus right-handed pitching in Major League Baseball. And if there's one thing that we do know about the Royals, they don't hit at home. So I don't hate your under, but I just think getting Cleveland at plus money was just too good to pass up. So I bet Cleveland already.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. TV Jones?
Yeah, Cleveland money line again. They're looking good. You know, if Angel Martinez doesn't misplay that ball in the first inning, Orioles lose that game. So their bats are waking up. Their offense is waking up. Their bullpen's been fine. They didn't use Class A today. I know there's like trade rumors around him, but based on what they've been doing lately, I don't think they'll get rid of him. I think they have a chance to start making a run here. But Cleveland, it's Kansas City at home, you already said it. They don't score runs. Waka, I know the Mets, the last home game, he had 5 innings. He gave up 5 base runners, only 1 earned. But the Rays prior to that at home, he gave up 10 base runners, only had 3. Athletics had 11 base runners. They got 5 and 2 homers off of him. So his home form's starting to look a little shaky. Cleveland's starting to play good. It is an AL Central game, so this probably going to be a dead under, but I like Cleveland here more. I think they're playing better. They're back home or on the road at Kansas City. Waka's looked kind of whatever. The bullpen's not amazing. I prefer Cleveland's over that, so I'll just take the team that looks to be in better form right now. Winning 11 of their last 13 or something like that. They've been playing really good ball. So give me Cleveland to win this game.
All right, let's move. Oh, real quick, voice chat picks, and for this one we got. Whoops. This is Cleveland, Kansas City. Cleveland, Kansas City. Jacob's on the under. Mark's on Cleveland. TJ's on the under. Adam's on Gavin Williams under walks. Spoon lean towards Cleveland. McIver on another island with Kansas City. McIver, man, that's 2 games where he's the only man on the other side. McIver Island. Nats. Yeah, I like it too. Nats, Twins in Minnesota, and we're passing it to TV Jones because I thought. So we were talking about this game in the voice chat. TV Jones takes the mic, goes on a nice little rant about Zebby Matthews. I was feeling it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to tail TV Jones on this bet. He was speaking with confidence. What he was talking about, Zebby Matthews splits against lefties, and he's about to tell you about it now. And I was feeling it. I was like, I'm going to tail TV Jones on this bet. And then he finished it up by saying, plus the Twins are going to be wearing their City Connect jerseys. And I checked out. So go ahead. Tell the people what you told us in the voice chat.
Yeah. So Washington on the road, we already know they're not amazing. They're also going to be lefty heavy. I mean, Abrams, Woods, Garcia, Bell's a switch hitter. I'll probably go righty. Lowe, and then Lyle, all lefties. Zebby Matthews, best guy xFIP wise versus lefties tomorrow on the board. He's got a 35% chase swing. He's got a 217 xFIP, a 36.2% strikeout rate, 8.5 walk, but he's got an 18.5 swinging strike, a 37% whiff percentage. A 70.2 first pitch per strike percentage. So he gets ahead of counts. He handles lefties pretty well, and we already know Washington's not amazing. Mackenzie Gore hasn't looked amazing as of late, and they went over this in the voice chat. I didn't even go back this far, but last year too, he started to struggle a little bit around this time, July, August. So, maybe the heat, whatever else, the season just as long as the season goes, maybe just gets a little tired here. But he's not been amazing as of late. Now you get Minnesota, last 4 weeks versus lefties, 133 WRC plus, 240 ISO, 841 OPS, 47.5% hard hit percentage, a 41 fly ball, sub 20% strikeout percentage, a 10% walk rate. And then you're going to get the Nats bullpen. So, I mean, I think the Twins have a clear advantage here based on Zebby Matthews versus lefties, which will be over half the lineup. Potentially 6 of the batters are going to be batting lefty. And then the Twins are hitting lefties, and they're going to be at home with a day off, so refreshed bullpen. Not to mention, after that Dodger series, they should have won another game or 2 in that. I think they come out just focused and ready to play tomorrow. So I bet Twins minus 135 already.
So to show you guys what he's talking about, Zebby Matthews splits against lefties. Look at his xFIP. 212 against lefty bats. The Nats are loaded with lefty bats, and the Twins lineup against lefty bats, they're the best in baseball in the last 30 days. They're first in WRC plus, so they have been the best lineup in baseball against lefties, flying under the radar. So I agree with them. I just once he said the City Connect jerseys, I checked out. Toast, what are your thoughts?
Didn't put it in the thing because I didn't bet it, but it would be first 5 under. 100% agree that I think
on that
115. 100% agree that 4.5. Yeah, sorry. I do think that Zebby Matthews can pitch well for all the reasons that Trevor said, not to mention the fact that the Nationals lineup on the road has just absolutely done absolutely nothing. I know that they scored some runs and they were at home against Burns and Singer, but besides that, they really haven't done much. And as far as Mackenzie Gore is concerned, I mean, he just had probably the worst start of his season against his old team in San Diego. But prior to that, I mean, he had been pretty damn good. And especially he had been pretty decent at home as well. So not to mention you have the Twins coming back from the West Coast after playing a nice big series with the Dodgers. I just think it's going to be a little bit of a slower game to start out. So I would go first 5 under 4.5 if I had to bet it.
All right, let's move on. Someone said that those numbers might be wrong on the Twins versus lefties, so I'm curious.
It's last 4 weeks versus lefties. Handigraphs only splits that out. I mean, I can do season 7.
So what is their numbers in the last 4 weeks against lefties?
Last 4 weeks versus lefties. Pulling it, I got it right here. Yeah, 133 WRC plus 264.
So they are right.
These are right. I like to go lefties. I like to go 3 week split.
I was doing 30 days, so similar. Yeah. Well, he was saying that they're wrong now.
No, they're right here. I mean, even at home, Twins versus lefties this season, a 165 WRC plus. I mean, 958 OPS, 270 ISO, 12% strikeout. I mean, maybe granted, maybe the last week or two they haven't looked amazing versus lefties, but overall this season they've been damn good versus lefties, and especially at home.
In this game, Trevor's on the Twins. Money Mark is on the Twins. Boba's on the first 3 under 2.5, minus 120. Adams on Gore over 2.5 walks. Spoon leans towards the Nats. This next one, there was no price open when I was making the graphics. Let's see if it has since opened up because Gusto has been announced as the Astros pitcher. It looks like the Astros are sitting. FanDuel's the only one that has it open, I guess, at minus 158. Any thoughts on this one? We didn't talk about it on the voice chat because there was no price up, but if you guys have anything, obviously I don't have anything to say.
No, I don't really have anything to say. I got my win with Oakland today. And I don't really know if I'm going to step my toe back into the water. This team, like I said earlier, just can't get out of their own way. So they had a good night tonight. I don't have no interest in betting this game personally.
Trevor, anything?
Yeah, it would be Houston or Houston team total over. But I haven't really dug into this game because we didn't have any prices on anything. So
let's skip it. Next up is Seattle Angels. So Seattle, the one that came through for me today, my only bet. And it closed terribly. It turned out to be a terrible wager, but it won. So who cares? Mariners on the road in LA. Obviously, Brian Wu, dominant this year. Dominant against righty bats. The Twins are loaded with righty bats. The Angels are loaded with righty bats. Brian Wu should throw a gem here. I've been saying the Angels are overpriced. They've now lost 4 in a row. When I was saying the Guardians are undervalued, I think the Angels are overvalued, and I think they're going to be a team to fade moving forward. The reason I don't have a Mariners bet is I don't love the fact that Seattle just used their high leverage bullpen arms to close this one out. I also don't mind Jose Soriano. The way I want to go with it. By the way, I think Josh Naylor is going to be playing in this game for Seattle. So add another. So add another lefty power hitter. It would be Mariners, or to be honest, I'll put this up. Under Angels team total under. Maybe I think Wu throws a gem. The reason I can't bet this under. In the last 2 weeks, these two teams are first and second in WRC plus. So I can't bet it, but I truly think the Angels could be held to 1 or 2 runs in this baseball game. I like the Mariners in the under. I didn't bet it. I don't like how the Mariners use their high leverage arms. Not to mention Munoz looked shaky through some really, really stressful pitches tonight with the bases loaded and all that. So Mariners are under, but I didn't bet it. Toast?
Copy and paste what you said. Really want to bet the Mariners. I can't because Munoz, Brash, Spire, Vargas, and Brazzardo all went tonight. That's all their arms. And Munoz, Brash, Brazzardo, Spear, all going to be 2 of the last 3 days as well. And like Kyle mentioned, Munoz didn't look sharp coming out of it. But I do say I wouldn't mind like a Angels first 5 team total under if you're trying to play in those markets. The only reason I say that is because I think that obviously, Brian Wu is a guy that we want to fade on the road versus lefties. One box is checked, the other box, the lefties. It's only Shamwell and one Moncada. That's only 2 of them. So, and on top of that, so I think this is a spot where Wu can pitch well. On top of that, faced the Angels twice last year in Angel Stadium, got kind of wamboozled both times. 8 earned runs over 14 hits in 9 or 10 innings. So I think that he tries to right some wrongs there and some demons that he had in this ballpark as well. He had been pretty solid on the road so far as well. Arizona got to him, but decent against Minnesota, Texas, and the Yankees coming off that really good start against the Yankees on the road. But it would only be the Mariners can't do it because of the bullpen situation.
TV Jones.
Yeah, it would be Mariners first 5 minus the half plus 100. I think Wu bounces back after getting just rocked by Milwaukee. Shocker. The last game, and now he's going to go and face a bunch of righties. He's damn good versus righties this year. I mean, the last 60 plate appearances versus righties. He's got a 110 xFIP, a 36.5% strikeout to walk ratio, 32% chase swing, a 20% swinging strike, a 65% first pitch strike. His hard hit is up there, 47.5%, but I think he'll be fine and he'll bounce back from this. So I want to take that. I don't want to go full game due to the bullpen that we saw come in today, but Julio Rodriguez potentially too, just 2+ bases. He's 4 of 9, no extra base hits for Soriano, but he bats out of his mind in Anaheim Stadium too. Always has. Went yard again tonight and another base hit. So Julio 2+ bases or hits, runs, RBIs potentially. But if I had to bet anything for sure, it would be Mariners first 5.
All right, let's move on.
Holy shit. Yeah, he has the best OPS versus any team in Major League Baseball in his career against the Angels.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does in
how many
ball.
career starts?
Couldn't give you starts. I can give you plate appearances in a second. I just went to go to another thing. Hold on. Plate appearances against the Angels, 178. So not terrible.
I bet this last game over.
Oh yeah, rakes in Angel Stadium. Jesus. Go ahead, Kyle.
I'm on the over here in this last one. Well, Logan Webb's looked shaky his last 2 times out. We know the Mets have a ton of talent in the lineup. It hasn't always been prevalent recently, but I think you can count on the Mets to get a couple runs off Logan Webb. And if you can count on the Mets to get a couple runs off Logan Webb, there's no reason this game doesn't get to 8 runs. The Giants have started to hit quietly. They're actually a top 10 lineup in the last couple weeks, which it took longer than I expected, but I did expect the Giants lineup to be better when they acquired Devers. It just really took a while. So the Giants are a top 10 lineup in the last 2 weeks. Clay Holmes hasn't looked as sharp. To me, what this game comes down to is, do you think the Mets can hit off Logan Webb? And I think they will get a couple across. I lean towards the Mets. I also considered a Mets team total over 3.5 at plus 105. Is that where you're on?
I haven't bet it, but that's what I was leaning at. I couldn't believe we were getting plus money for it.
But I also think the Giants score off Clay Holmes. So rather than do the Mets team total over, I just took the over 7.5. Yeah, I bet this one.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It'd be over or Mets. You can just put the Mets up for me because that's kind of what I'm leaning toward, or the Mets team total for me. Sorry, but I've been saying this for a while now. I know I took a couple losses with the Giants, but I mean, again, part of the reason why I bet them in Atlanta a couple times is because they were scoring. They started to score runs, and again, I know that it hasn't looked pretty at times, but like Kyle said, I mean, they had a couple shitty games against the Dodgers and the Phillies and whatnot, but I also played Toronto's. I mean, LA. Playing Philly, the Dodgers, and Toronto, regardless, that's not always easy. So I do think that those hitting numbers for the San Francisco are going to continue to go up. I just don't really trust Clay Holmes, and I don't trust the fact that he doesn't really go deep into games at all. And this Mets bullpen at times has been somewhat decent, but over the last month and change or so, that's really kind of been hit or miss. So I definitely think there's opportunity to score runs here tomorrow. Not to mention the fact that it's going to be, I mean, it's swirly winds and stuff like that, but it's going to be 60 60 degrees, but it's still going to have winds blowing out. So I don't know. I haven't placed a bet on it. I probably end up pulling the trigger on the Mets especially if the San Francisco takes money, but it would only be the Mets or over for me.
I agree. The Mets are the side, but over. What about TV Jones?
Yeah, it would be Mets money line too. Logan Webb has not looked great lately. At Toronto, he gave up 4. Granted, Toronto, one of the hotter lineups. The Dodgers came into town, got 6. And that was right before the All-Star break when they were sputtering too. I mean, the went to the A's in Arizona, gave up 5 total, so that's not too bad given those parks. But Miami got runs off of them. Atlanta got runs off of them at home. The Padres he shut out, but Kansas City got runs. Like he's been giving up runs at home. And yes, the Giants offenses look better, but they were in Hotlanta scoring runs. Now you're going to go back, play a night game here. I think Clay Holmes will be just fine. I think Logan Webb will be fine too. I personally like the under, but I think the Mets are going to have the win this game in the end. So giving me plus 120, 125 with the Mets. I'll take that. I'm seeing plus 130 for me. So I like that even more. So Mets are nothing for me in this one. I think they'll be just fine.
Mariners, Angels. Jacobs on the Mariners. Adams on Mariners first 5 money line. Soriano over walks. Money marks on the under. TJ's on the Angels. I don't hate the Angels there, to be honest. With the bullpen arms, and that poll was like 85%, 11% Mariners. But no, under for me there or pass. Mets, Giants. Jacobs on the Giants first 7. Team total over 2.5. OT's on under 1.5 home runs in the game, I guess. Adams on the Giants, team total over. Spoon's on the Giants, team total over. Gabriella's on the Giants, team total over as well. Betting league stuff will be up in about 20 minutes. I should have a nice commanding lead in my division there because I was in first place by 2 units. My main bet was the Mariners tonight, and it hit, and the guy behind me didn't submit. So I'm going to have a nice commanding lead in my division there. So, yeah, betting league standings will be up in about 20 minutes. Tomorrow, TV Jones is not with us. We have Spoon tomorrow night. So, yeah, hit me up if you need me. I'll be up for a while. I drank a coffee about 2 hours ago. I'm going to do college football for the next several hours and probably watch something. Maybe the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
The trilogy?
No, I put on something stupid and mindless in the background that'll play for a while because I'm not really.
The Office is perfect for that.
Yeah, but I've ripped through The Office so many times. As far as series, I can't do like Dexter again. I can't do I've ripped through all those so many times because I'm always have something mindless playing because I'm always working. So I have something mindless in the background, and I've ripped through this like Sons of Anarchy. I can't do it again, dude. I can't do it.
I'm on my 20th watch through for The Office. Once it finishes, I fire it right back up and just start watching it again.
No,
that's how Homeland and Succession are for me.
Succession's solid, although it got corny at the end. Yeah.
Entourage?
Yeah, that's another.
No. Entourage didn't age.
I love Entourage.
Hold on. I loved Entourage when it was out. Me and my friends watched it, but doesn't have rewatch. It didn't age. The humor, like Turtle's corny now. Like the humor didn't age well. Drama's the only one that's still funny when I watch it. The rest of the humor.
I could watch Ari tear somebody apart.
Too. Yeah. Yeah, Ari's still good.
The paintball gun.
Yeah, but I've ripped through the series so many times, so I'll pick something, just let it play in the background. But the point is, I'll be up for a while. Hit me up if you need me. See you all tomorrow night. Later. Animal Kingdom. Someone said I've ripped through Animal Kingdom a time or two.